Hello, friends. Welcome back to the show. This is the JRPG Report, episode 145. Little bit weird this week, and we knew it was going to be with Christmas Eve falling on our normal release date, and of course, Christmas the next day. And in my situation, my little girl's birthday being the day after Christmas. So, yeah, we get a bang, bang, bang 3-day craziness there, and obviously just meant that there was really no time to record a podcast. Even before Christmas was just too hectic. So we're recording this on Saturday the 27th, just a couple days left in 2020. Goodbye, good riddance. But we've got a lot of cool things to talk about today. I kind of want to wrap up all the stuff that we've missed, as it's been 9 days since our last podcast. No, I'm sorry. That's not even right. That is fuzzy math. It's been 11 days since our last podcast. So we got a few things to go over that have popped off since then. And I want to kind of look forward to sometime this week. Me and Jordan are going to get together and kind of talk about what games we really loved from 2020. Maybe even discuss some Game of the Year options. And then look forward to 2021, as right off the bat, we got a bunch of games coming out in the beginning of the new year. We got Atelier Ryza 2. You've got Bravely Default 2. You've got Ys 9. And the newly confirmed Persona 5 Strikers, and that's just to name the big ones. I'm sure there will be others that will be unfortunately lost in the wayside. So we're going to record that sometime this week, and in lieu of any news breaking, I may just make that a part of the normal podcast. Unsure on that, but let's get into it. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas holiday. I didn't have any games that I particularly wanted that were already out, so I just kind of asked the parents for email confirmation that I'd be getting Atelier Ryza 2 when it comes out on January 26th. That was cool, and I did end up, much to many of your delight, hopefully, I'm finally going to take a dive into the Ys series. I picked up Ys 8 for only $20 on the PSN store. It was a sale I could not refuse, as the physical version just refuses to ever go down in price. So I figured this was by far the best opportunity to get in on what many of you consider to be a very, very good JRPG. And at some point, I'll be playing it. Don't really know when that's going to be, but that's enough rambling. We did have Falcom Day 2020 Winter Edition, and we got a few tidbits of information about the new Legend of Heroes title, Kuro no Kiseki. If you notice the thumbnail for this podcast, those are the two newest main characters. There is a third as well, but these they did give us some high resolution images of the two. Unsure why the third one was kind of like, sorry, pal, we'll get you later. But still no names for these two characters, but we do have a bit of information. So if you see that image, there's a couple other on our Facebook and Twitter feed of those two characters. While they are, I say, have that Trails feel to them, I do kind of agree with what President Kondo said last time, that at immediate glance, they don't appear to be Trails characters. And I believe that lies in the fact that they are from Calvard. So they're going to look a little bit different, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. These illustrations were drawn by Katsumi Hinama, and the other character designs are from Falcom. Like I said, the characters' names were not announced. This game is coming out sometime in 2021 in Japan. So those were the images. There were some other ones as well. If you'd like to see all those, I did put up a slideshow video on our YouTube channel, so you can check those out if you don't feel like clicking through pictures via the website. Here is what we do know, and I will just read this to you as this is the about for the new Legend of Heroes, Kuro no Kiseki. Beyond the blue sky, ahead of a flashing light, a land of dawning resides. Keep in mind, there's no spoilers going on in here. This is all preliminary stuff. It's in the news story arc, so we don't have to worry about that type of stuff. This latter half of the Trails series is about to begin. The setting moved to the Calvard Republic. In 2021, Falcom released Legend of Heroes Kuro no Kiseki, the latest entry in the Trails series, as its 40th anniversary commemorative work. The Calvard Nation is a multi-ethnic nation experiencing unprecedented economic growth brought about by post-war reparations. In a corner of the capital of a huge nation where immigration issues bring about political instability. Okay, well, maybe there are some spoilers in here. Okay, let's just get to the... let's get past that. I'm sorry. I read that and I didn't think about it until just now. Okay, the command-style action-time battle system used in previous Trails titles has been revamped. And that's going to send up an uh-oh from a couple people. Let's just see what they say. Seamlessly transition from action-oriented field battles to turn-based command battle systems while making use of the unique elements of the 6th generation combat ornament. We tried to pronounce this last time. I'm not sure how it is. XIPHA. Zephyr. And a battle system evolved from the previous Trails titles. Okay, so what does that mean? I don't know. I really don't know how to say seamlessly transition from action-oriented field battles to turn-based command battle systems. Huh. I mean, obviously there's a bit of an action element when you strike the enemies on the field in order to go into the turn-based battle. I need to see this in action to really know what they're even beginning to talk about. We'll just have to wait and see. Kuro no Kiseki will feature many elements that utilize its setting, including a topics system, which enables you to gather intel/topics by communicating with NPCs throughout towns to create situations in your favor when you act as a Spriggan. And that is the one main character that you see. It's basically a detective, but they're calling them a Spriggan. And alignment flame system, in which your character's 3 alignments, lawful, gray, and chaotic, fluctuate depending on your own style, influencing various statuses, allies, and adversaries, and even scenario developments. Please look forward to Legend of Heroes Kuro no Kiseki, the latest entry in the Tale series, depicted in rich expression by Falcom's new original engine. So that's pretty cool. Here is how they set up the situation. And again, I don't want to get too much into this. The two people that you see in that image, the one is the one called the Sprigger. Those are, they say, sometimes as detective, some days as negotiators, and other days as bounty hunters. They're up for any job from any client. That's pretty cool. And then the other one is said to be a schoolgirl wearing a uniform of a prestigious school visits a rundown building located in an old town in Calvard's capital. There you go. So that's the setting, and that's the beginning of it. You can check out those new images. Like I said, there's a third character in the images as well with 2 swords on his back and some long hair, but we don't have any details. There is a battle scene that shows what looks like to be a craft or an art powering up, but that from that snippet, it does look to be turn-based. So I'm so confused as to what to make, but I am certainly excited about this one. But the lack of details and the promise of something new is leading to some question marks popping up, and I don't necessarily love that idea, but it is what it is, and until we learn a little bit more, it's just going to be speculation, unfortunately. Though that wasn't the only bit of information, and I'm sure we'll have a bunch more, but Falcom Day 2020 Winter also let us know about, and this is not really affecting us as much, But they did say that Hajimari no Koseki, which is the one before this one and after Cold Steel 4, Clouded Leopard Entertainment will release a Switch and PC, i.e. Steam version of the game sometime in summer 2021 in Japan and Asia. I'm nearly positive that's the same company that handled the translation for Cold Steel 3 and 4, just off the top of my head. So it came out for PS4 in Japan on August 27th. So, nearly a year later, they're talking summer to get that Switch and PC version. Now, Cloud Leopard Entertainment handles the Asian side of this. NIS America handles the translation and development, at least they have for the past 2 games in the Cold Steel series in the West. Still no confirmation that translation is ongoing. I'd have to assume that it is, unless it's being handled by other parties. XC did do the first 2 Trails of Cold Steel games, but I'd have to imagine that they are going to do this Hajimari as well. And as soon as I hear something about that, it will happen. It's certainly a good thing that this is happening, and it could lead to a speedier release for these games in the West, but like I said, still no information on that, unfortunately. The last thing that they talked about was, and I briefly mentioned this last time, the Nato no Kaseki game that is coming out in Japan for PlayStation 4. This was the old 2012 released PSP action RPG. There was some new details and images kind of showing the PSP version versus the PS4 version of it. They're saying obviously it's going to run at 60 frames per second on PS4 with more vibrant graphics and updating. Obviously, these are things that you would want to have updated from an old system. User interface options. The one thing that I thought was very interesting, and I'm going to see, because they say this game is not connected to the Trails game. However, the main character's name is Nayuta Herschel. Now, you Trails players, especially Cold Steel, will know Toa. Her last name is Herschel. So what? They say there's no connection, but then there's a connection. He's the protagonist and a boy from Remnant Island who attends an academy in St. Alice. Well, those aren't names that I recognize from the Trails series. So it is very, very interesting, and I would like to know what that connection is. I kind of read through it, and you can read through details if you want. Like I said before, I am lower on the percentage scale to say if this game is actually going to make it over here or not. If you say yay or nay is going to come today, I would actually say no. But we'll just have to wait and see. The original game did not look super impressive, so this isn't a game that I'm all that excited about to begin with. But we'll just have to wait and see if that indeed happens. For a lot of Switch owners, the next JRPG they will more than likely be picking up is going to be Bravely Default 2. We're getting closer and closer to that February 26th worldwide release date for it. Square Enix released a new trailer for it, albeit in Japanese, and I've still not seen an English version of this yet. So it talks supposedly it talks all about Wiswald, the country established by those mages. They dedicated themselves to studies at the Magic Research Institute. But the real kicker with this one, and you can see it, is this place is overgrown. It looks like it was built kind of in the middle of it or on top of a giant tree, and there's just this tree just growing right up through the entire town. It is really cool looking. Trailer is how long was this trailer? About 3.5 minutes. Like I said, in Japanese, so you can't really tell what's going on, but it is kind of cool to see some of the visuals in action for it. But if you would like to check this game out for yourself, you can check out the demo for it. It is now live on the eShop, and anyone who downloads the demo before its release will even pick up 100 My Nintendo Platinum points. Here is the short official description of the demo. Experience the game's risk and reward system, character strategy, and stunning visuals in the latest Bravely Default 2 final demo. In this demo, the game's 4 main characters are already on their journey with jobs and abilities at their disposal. I downloaded this the other night. As if getting the Switch away from my kid wasn't hard enough with Minecraft previously, the kid did pretty good for Christmas and her birthday, and I now had to contend with her own copy of Animal Crossing, so she and my wife can play. We have 2 Switches and 2 copies of Animal Crossing, so they can visit each other's islands. I know. She also got the Spyro trilogy, which I really enjoyed those games growing up, so I kind of can't wait to play those with her and relive those moments. And she picked up Mario Maker 2, so I'm not seeing that Switch for a while. Maybe once she goes to sleep, if I don't have anything to play, I can fire up that demo, because I would like to see how it is shaping up as well. If you've got some free time and you're looking forward to Monster Hunter Rise, there are, I want to say, 10 videos in total. Let's do a little count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 total. So I took, they were released in 2 packs. I took them all and made them into 6 longer ones, because they're only about a minute long. So if you're wanting to check out some of the different weapons that go into Monster Hunter Rise, you can do that, going from things like the switch axe, gun lance, hammer, sword and shield, heavy and light bow gun, lances, long swords, and even the hunting horn. You can check all those out over on our YouTube channel, jrpgreport.com. You can also see a new second official trailer for the action RPG Maglum Lord. Still no Western release on this one yet. It is coming out in Japan on March the 18th for PlayStation 4 and Switch. Like I said, this is the second trailer for the game. It looks pretty cool. I do hope that they bring this one over. It is from publisher D3. Developer Felicia. Haven't quite heard of them before. But still no word on it. I really hope they bring this over, because it does look pretty fun. But yeah, nothing quite yet. I'll go over some of these ones that are just videos. There's 15 minutes of new footage from Christ Tales. This is previewing the present and future gameplay of it. Remember, this game got pushed back to early 2021. That's just the window they're throwing it into. It's been hit with a couple delays here lately. Not sure how much, everything's pandemic related at this point, but how much they just want to fine tune things and how much is really needed to make this thing work. Obviously, you're dealing with a system of past, present, and future. A lot of stuff can go wrong and working just the way that you would like it to work. New Genesis, the Phantasy Star Online 2, I don't want to say reboot, but definitely the new version of it. There is the opening movie for it, and you should probably check this out if you're looking at it. There's over 50 minutes of new footage as well, mostly the character creation for it. But this opening movie, typically when you see these opening movies, they're using pre-rendered scenes. This one was actually created using parts of the in-game graphics engine, which looks amazing. Definitely, if you're looking forward to this, you should check it out. Sometime in 2021 is the release date for it. But again, this is one of those, well, I'm not one of those, but this is definitely a game that I'm kind of just don't understand why it's not on PlayStation 4 in the West. It is in Japan, but you've got to either play it on Xbox or on PC here in the West. Doesn't make a ton of sense, but there's just things like that in this world that we gotta kind of get used to them, I guess. We got 3 bits of Disgaea news this week. First is you can check out the 4th official trailer for Disgaea 6, Defiance of Destiny. I believe there's an English version for this out now. You can check it out. When it originally came out, there was just a Japanese version, but the English version shows off those really cool voices that they've got for the game. They've got some good voice talent in this one, and very fitting for the series, especially the little reincarnated pug. Cerberus is awesome. It's about a 7-minute overview of the game. If you are curious about what's going on in this one, changes that they've made to this series, you will definitely want to check it out. Of course, it doesn't come out in the West until summer 2021. Japan is going to get it in right about a month on January the 28th. The other day, actually this was on Christmas Eve that this news broke. Nippon Ichi released some new information and screenshots for the game, featuring, and I hope I get these names right, Laharl, Etna, and Fleon. Those were the original characters from the original Disgaea, and they are saying that basically once you beat the game, you can play a scenario with these original characters in it. So kind of they're not in the main game. It is something post content, but the fact that they're in there would open the door to other characters popping up from other games as well. So that's a cool thing. The world inside of an item worlds have been detailed in this article. Item worlds are divided into several floors/layers, and the item's level increases with every floor that you clear. Since weapons become stronger as they level up, you can clear their item worlds to power them up. Once an item is leveled up, you can get the same item at the same level from then on. Pretty cool feature of the Disgaea series. All these images I took and put into a slideshow. You can check that out on our YouTube channel, so you can dispatch your companions into those item worlds to research them. There's a new team attack system with up to 10 characters in it. That's a pretty cool feature. New enemies were detailed. There's a new horseman that's in it. Looks pretty crazy. So here's the previous protagonist. Here you go. It says not only will the character from Disgaea, Hour of Darkness, appear, the protagonist and heroines of Disgaea 2, 3, 4, and 5 will also appear in 3D. The protagonists and heroines will be released as downloadable content sometime after the launch of Disgaea 6. So there's Adele from Disgaea 2, or I don't know. Anytime I get these pronunciations, I'm at risk of offending people. I understand, because I don't know how they're supposed to be pronounced. So yeah, they're going to add them in there as post content DLC. That's the type of thing, like, I would think you'd be okay with paying for, because that's obviously not a part of Disgaea 6. They are previous games characters and new content. So take it how you feel about DLC. That's one thing I think is an okay to do. Speaking of all those previous Disgaea characters, they are all assembled in the Disgaea RPG mobile game. And we got news from Bolt Train Games that they will release worldwide the mobile version, Disgaea RPG, in spring 2021. Unless you're in these countries, and no offense to if you are, but we are a Western, primarily focused podcast, so you're not going to get it in China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, Singapore, Malaysia, or Korea. Sorry, I don't know why. Maybe that is going to come out later. Maybe there's some rules preventing that from happening. If we are interested in getting it on a closed beta for the game, they will have one for Canada, Brazil, Australia, and the Philippines sometime in January. So really happy to see this thing go worldwide. There was a global announced trailer for it. This one came back. It came out back in March of 2019 in Japan. Had a whole bunch of issues with it, and it was definitely this game was definitely responsible for some financial hardships for Nippon Ichi, and they finally got it right. Obviously, they got it right to the point of now they're ready to bring this thing out worldwide. As far as if this is a gacha game or not, I don't know. If I recall, I think it was a paid game, but I should have probably vetted that before speaking about it. But I'm sure there's elements in there, but hopefully this is a not another one of those. I kind of feel like we've got enough of those already. No Anchor ad today, so in place of it, you get one last plea for listener support. We've had a few people sign up for it, but really not a whole lot of response. So I kind of said to you guys I would do this to the end of the year, see what we got, and move forward. I would love to have listener support and not have the need for ads, but it is just a reality of life, and we may just see what that happens. If I get a bunch of outpour of support here after listening to this, I may reconsider, but at this point I'd probably at least need to look at a few ads to offset the costs of the time spent doing the podcast. Hope you understand and hope you are okay with that. Like I said, I'd much rather have just you guys do that and not have to worry about it. We'll just wait and see. So if you will click on the link right below this episode, either through Anchor or through Patreon, I would greatly appreciate it. And I don't have to read ads. You don't have to listen to them. That just seems like it'd be the best thing for both of them. If you're looking forward to, let's see, how are you supposed to say these things? CL No Surge DX and AR No Surge DX. They were supposed to come out in Japan on January 28th. They have been delayed until March 4th, 2021 in Japan. So if and when a Western release was going to happen for that, it's now going to be about 5 weeks later, I would have to guess, based on this delay. These games were from Koei Tecmo and Gust, so yeah, just a little bit of delay, they say, for further quality improvements. The games will be available for PS4, Switch, and PC via Steam when they are released, whenever that is. Sword Art Online, Alsatian Lycris got version 1.2 update. It is now available, and it adds Sinone's Ancient Apostles story. Of course, there were various user interface, online system battle improvements, bugs fixed in addition to those to that new Ancient Apostles, the Reaper of the Woods. These are the first in a series of free additional stories. So yeah, if you've been playing this game and you want some new content, you can get that for free. Always happy when they decide to do that. Company Manhattan People, interesting name for a gaming company, will release an iOS and Android version of Ys 6, the Ark of Neptisium, in 2021. The company announced, again, sorry if I got that name wrong. The Ys titles loves to make impronounceable words all the time. Remember not long ago we got word that there was going to be a mobile version of Ys 8. This may just be the next in the line that they're not going to have mobile versions for for all the Ys titles. No further information at this point, or was announced, just that this is going to be happening. Of course, this is in Japan, so kind of like Ys 8 mobile version. No word if that's going to be coming to the West, and to be quite fair, no word if it's wanted in the West either. Speaking of iOS and Android versions of games, the Alliance Alive HD Remastered will be coming to iOS and Android in early winter 2021 in Japan. You can already get this game for PS4, Switch, or PC. It's going to be the much better version of it. Perhaps it's a little bit cheaper on the mobile platform, but still no word of a Western release for that mobile platform. So if you want to get this game, you've got one of those consoles or PC, I would say that's going to be your best version of it. One last mobile thing to announce, and I will hush up about it because I know you guys love it so much. The Command Action RPG Nier Reincarnation will launch for iOS and Android on February 18th, 2021 in Japan. Publisher Square Enix and developer Applebot announced. There will be a Nier Automata in-game collaboration featuring characters 2B, 9S, and A2, day and date with the game's launch. Of course, that is in Japan only. No information, at least in here, about a Western version. I'm pretty sure this one's coming to the West, but don't know exactly when that's going to happen. Speaking of Nier Automata, total worldwide shipments and digital sales have exceeded 5 million, according to Square Enix. That's an awesome plateau to have reached, and kudos to them for doing that. I believe that is one of many reasons why we are getting the new Nier game coming out, or remaster, whatever you want to call it, of that new one coming at Replicant here soon. That's another game to start saving your pennies for, and hopefully be able to buy all these games coming out here in the near future. I've got one last story to talk about with you guys. Again, I'm probably going to talk with Jordan about our Game of the Years for 2020. Looking forward to 2021 in the next podcast. I am still trying to get through Cold Steel 4. Obviously not had a ton of time to play it here lately. I think I just hit, or maybe just shy of the 100-hour mark. So I've still got a good 30 to 40 hours to go. Hopefully I'll make it in time to play Raza 2 day one, but we will have to wait and see. That game just keeps on a-going. But it's going to be tough. I'm really going to have to search my feelings, and I don't think this is spoiling anything to if it's going to be Final Fantasy VII Remastered, or a remake rather, or Trials of Cold Steel 4. It's really tough. There's my heart says one thing, my mind says another, and there's different things to have to consider overall, and I'll have to make that final decision here real soon on what that was. But yeah, I'll be looking forward to our thoughts here coming out this week on kind of looking back at this just insane 2020 year. But looking forward to 2021, Famitsu has gone and interviewed a bunch of creator interviews, and 110 of them to be precise. I'll shift to here and try to find the big ones, but right off the bat, the biggest one to me is from Atlas. And so they've got 3 different people. The first one is creator Takata, and his keyword was think outside the box. It's what's new, and he says, so about Shin Megami Tensei 5, we are working hard on development to make it an even better product. You'll be waiting a little while longer, but please look forward to it. From creator Wada, his keyword was carrying out my original intentions. What's new is my project has been steadily in the works. Thanks to everyone, the Persona series will celebrate its 25th anniversary. We have exciting plans in the works, so please look forward to it. Love those things. And hopefully something comes of it. But here is the big one that we've not heard about in a while. And this is from Hashino. His keyword is silence. His ambition for 2021. With last year's novel coronavirus causing swift change throughout the world, all we can do now is continue to focus on our work. Our title in development is going through an important phase, and we want to face it and head on in order to deliver interesting gameplay to the world. What's new? Here we go. I'd like to announce the title will develop we're developing as soon as possible. We previously created contemporary dramas, but please look forward to the, quote, fantasy RPG, end quote, we're taking on next. There it is, guys. We heard about this fantasy RPG from Atlas many years ago, and then complete and utter silence for years. It's still a thing. I didn't think it was. I honestly thought it was one of those projects that had kind of just died on the vine, right? Like, it sounded like a good idea, but we've still got Persona. We're still got Shin Megami Tensei. What do we need another IP for? Well, they still have it, and maybe we're finally going to get a look at it. Obviously, this is going to be next generation. Maybe that's what they were planning the whole time. And hearing this, I personally think, obviously, SMT5 comes first. I think this game may be going next, and then Persona 6. Just my feeling on the matter. I may be wrong, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. We've gotten, we got Persona 5, we got Royal. We could maybe use something different and new. So I think that is an incredible, not really an announcement, but certainly something that we have been waiting a long time to hear anything about. Gung Ho Online Entertainment, they did the remakes for Grandia, did they not? Or handled that one? They say they're developing a new console title, and they hope to be able to announce it sometime this year. So I think that's kind of cool. I'm trying to go through, obviously this is all Japanese creators, all genres of games. So I am really looking forward to it. Or not, I'm sorry. I was reading theirs. I'm going through here to see what is JRPG related and what is not. You got a lot of them that are not. So here is from Psy Games, Tenkaki. His keyword is adamant. His ambition is, I hope to announce, even if it's only a tease, an original new title for console that I've been developing with my colleagues in my new work environment. I have nothing but the highest confidence in it. What's new? What did you think of the end of the year Granblue Fantasy Relink announcement from the Granblue team? I think we've been able to showcase its solid and high quality single player gameplay appeal following 2019's multiplayer showing. So please continue to look forward to it. Also, they say they announced that Relink will launch in 2022, so 2021 will be important as they focus on development. Here, Square Enix from Asano, he says, keyword is bravely for the second year in a row. That's funny. Ambitions, I hope Bravely Default 2 is a success and that I can prepare for the next one. Done. Ooh. And in parentheses, whether it's third or 3, I don't know. That's fascinating. Again, I haven't read through all these, so I'm kind of reacting as I'm reading these. That's very cool. Obviously, you would anticipate if this is successful that there would be a Bravely the Third or Bravely Default 3. That remains to be seen. Katase, the story will connect. He says, what's new? Future Final Fantasy VII developments are in preparation, but please wait a little while longer for details. Sato says his keyword is near. He says, I'm working on near for just a little while longer, and then there's also Babylon's Fall and a completely new title. He says, I'm pretty busy. Fujimoto says changelessness. I didn't know that was a word. Dragon Quest will celebrate its 35th anniversary, so I hope to be able to announce something. I can't imagine they don't announce Dragon Quest 12 in its 35th anniversary year. How could they not, right? And that's all they're doing is announcing it. You're putting a logo and adding a 1 to the end of it. It's really, you have to at least do that. Yashada said, an open mind. 2021 will be the busiest year of my career. I'd like to make it a year in which I can deliver surprise and excitement to gamers and players while also paying attention to my health, He says, please look forward to various announcements for both Final Fantasy 14 and 16 as well. So that's interesting. Poor guy. He's going to be busy. So here's President Kondo from Falcom. He says, keyword is turning point. In 2021, Falcom will reach the major milestone of its 40th anniversary. Naturally, we should always aim for rejuvenation regardless of turning points. But occasions like this are important, so I'd like to use this opportunity to review our current development methods and systems. I wanted to increase the number of development lines and staff in the company, so we've already expanded and reformed. We await the applications for those interested in development at Falcom. Much needed, President Kondo. You guys need to just expand like crazy. You really got to kind of get in step with some of the other companies. We love your work, but you need to invest a little bit. And so I'm happy to hear that, to say the least. Let's see. Is there anything else JRPG related? I don't think so. Nope. I didn't see anything. I didn't see 110 people. So maybe there's a new one coming over. This one was, this article came out just a few hours ago. So maybe there'll be some more. And we can report it on the next podcast. I would love to know what you guys are looking forward to most in 2021. Obviously there's a few things there, could be, we know Grand Blue Fantasy Relink is 2022. I'm 99% sure Tales of Arise is going to be in 2022. Don't even say it. Final Fantasy 16 is not coming out in 2021, okay? Neither is Remake Part 2. So the big ones, I think we're going to have to kind of let go for a little while, but we've got some great games coming out. We're going to talk all about what is for sure coming out on that next podcast and look back at what's happened so far. Hope you guys had an awesome Christmas. Looking forward to a new year. We'll do a new year podcast. I think Thursday's okay. Things are a little bit different right now. Like next week, the kid's out of school, but then going virtual the week after. So as if life can get crazier, I'll just become a teacher as well, right? I know you guys are all feeling that strain, the parents out there as well, and can't just get one bit of normal for too long. That would be too easy. So anyway, I will talk to you guys here next week. Hopefully it's on Thursday, but we'll just have to wait and see what works out best for all of us. Enjoy whatever JRPGs you got for Christmas, or if you're still playing through a game you already had. And I will see you guys here very soon. My name is James Fisher for the JRPG Report. Thank you so much for listening each and every week. And until next time, get back out there and level up.